Hey there folks, welcome to the video, and here I'm going to be talking about Race 3 of the ABB FIA Formula 3 Championship, which finished earlier today in Santiago, Chile. One that was quite interesting because people were talking about the context of the protests ongoing in Chile, especially in light of something like the cancellation of the WRC event in a couple of months' time. But this event still went ahead, and regardless of what we talk about in regards to the political context, and again, like I said around the Diria ePrix, I'm working on a separate video to talk about political context in motorsport. It's going to be a long one. The race itself was quite interesting. The track changes, creating what some were dubbing the most difficult corner in all of Formula E, provided some new challenges. We saw the heat and temperatures still starting to play an effect, and we saw different people in different phases working better because their cars were working better in the conditions. For example, Max Günther, who eventually delivered his first victory in Formula E, found some decent strength throughout, but Antonio Felix da Costa started to come into his own towards the end. Same from around the middle, I put Jean-Eric Vergne. Really started to climb up before the incident and eventually holding up da Costa whilst trying to wait for the bodywork to come off, though that arguably was putting damage on the car that ended the race. But there are still other impressive things to talk about in this. Lucas di Grassi coming up from 22nd to 7th. Da Costa 10th to 2nd. You got the two Mercedes who were 8th and 9th, finishing 5th and 6th. Again, solid finishes for what's still relatively a new team. Fastest lap for Oliver Rowland and Nissan. And it was the fastest lap that he took away from a couple of people, like Sam Bird was going for really fast laps. Felipe Massa was up there as well. And that's the thing about Formula E, like, I enjoy the fact that Formula E still has some kind of innovation, some kind of competition. The powertrains are quite important to the sport. But at the same time, the body is the same. There are like minor differences between how each car is prepared. Some are, I guess, more major than others because the powertrain is quite different. And the difference between this season and last season is that the Formula E has been a bit more refined in regards to how powertrains work. But we've seen the stewards still being tougher when it comes to talking about infringements on technical regulations, you know, the kind of mimic traction control things that we saw in Diria. And I think that's a good thing. Whilst it may be a bit of a shame to see races decided by these 5-second penalties, is keeping teams on their toes and saying, yo, here are the regulations, stick within them. And whilst Formula E does still, I believe, encourage some out-the-box thinking, it also goes, hang on, we're aware that people are going to try something cheeky to try and gain an unfair advantage. That's one of the things I really enjoy about it. I'm looking forward to the next race now, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. It's just a shame I can't follow it as intensely as other sports, and it's the same problem I have with W Series. It's on Saturdays when I work. Also, sorry for my voice and any kind of heavy breathing you hear during these videos. I've been pretty ill the past few days, so it's making it hard for me to do these voiceovers. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, especially if you don't agree with me, because it shows how good the content is, or at least my thoughts, and the way that I present them are, just hit the like button. It really helps me out and helps boost my metrics. If you really did enjoy it, hit subscribe. You can hit the bell notification for uploads about any future stream and any future videos. And at the same time, if you disagree with me and you want to have a bit of a discussion, let's get that going in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.